Deep in the heart of a sprawling jungle, a vibrant tapestry of life unfolded. Towering trees, draped in emerald vines, formed a verdant canopy overhead. Sunlight dripped through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. Life thrived in this tropical paradise, a symphony of buzzing insects, chirping birds, and rustling leaves. The air hung heavy with the scent of blooming orchids and damp earth. It was a scene of untamed beauty, a testament to nature's boundless creativity. But this year the rains had failed to arrive. The life-giving monsoon, usually a time of joyous renewal, was now a distant memory. The once lush vegetation began to wither. The vibrant greens faded to a pale yellow, then a sickly brown. The air, usually thick with humidity, grew thin and dry. The symphony of life had become muted, replaced by an unsettling silence. It was a summer unlike any other, a season of scorching sun and parched earth. The once abundant watering holes teeming with life were reduced to mere puddles of mud. The animals, accustomed to the rhythm of the monsoon, grew increasingly desperate. The gentle deer, their coats dull and their eyes clouded with anxiety, wandered aimlessly in search of sustenance. Monkeys, their usual playful chatter silenced, huddled together in the dwindling shade. The forest, once a sanctuary of abundance, was now a battleground for survival. The drought had cast a long shadow over this tropical paradise. The air, once filled with the songs of birds and the rustling of leaves, now carried the whispers of desperation. The struggle for survival had begun. Among the creatures feeling the grip of the drought was a young crow. His sleek black feathers, usually gleaming under the tropical sun, now appeared dull and dusty. His sharp, intelligent eyes, normally twinkling with mischief, were clouded with worry. His throat, usually capable of producing a range of calls from a gentle croak to a harsh caw, was raspy and dry. The crow, known for his intelligence and resourcefulness, was not one to give in easily. He had weathered storms before, both literally and metaphorically. He had learned to navigate the complex social dynamics of his flock, outsmarting rivals and securing the best nesting sites. He had even managed to snatch food from under the noses of unsuspecting predators, relying on his speed and agility. But this drought was different. It tested his limits, pushing him to the brink of exhaustion. Day after day, he soared through the parched landscape, his keen eyesight scanning the ground for any sign of water. He searched beneath wilting leaves, hoping for a drop of dew. He investigated the hollows of trees, praying for a forgotten puddle. Each failed attempt chipped away at his hope. The relentless sun beat down on his back, sapping his energy. His throat felt like sandpaper, each croak a painful reminder of his thirst. The crow, a symbol of intelligence and resilience, was now a shadow of his former self. He was a creature consumed by a single, all-encompassing need: water. Driven by desperation, the crow ventured further and further from his usual territory. He encountered other animals, their eyes reflecting the same fear and desperation he felt. He saw a group of deer, their ribs visible beneath their dull coats, huddled around a muddy puddle. He watched as a family of monkeys fought over a wilted piece of fruit. The crow tried to call out to them to ask if they had seen any water, but his voice emerged as a dry croak. The animals, too weak and preoccupied with their own survival, barely acknowledged his presence. He was alone in his struggle, a solitary figure in a parched and unforgiving landscape. The sun climbed higher in the sky, its heat reflecting off the dry earth. The crow, his throat burning, felt a wave of dizziness wash over him. His vision blurred and his wings felt heavy. He landed clumsily on the branch of a withered tree, his body trembling with exhaustion. He closed his eyes, trying to gather his strength. He knew he couldn't give up. He had to find water, not just for himself, but for his mate and their unhatched chicks nestled in their nest high above the forest floor. They were depending on him. Their survival rested on his wings.